We're teaming up with nonprofits. It has just been a beautiful spot for us. And I'll tell you why. And you know, because of your work that you've done with nonprofits, oftentimes they need so much support and love, but they can't afford it because you can't hire.
Welcome to Drop and Give Me 20, where you learn keys to entrepreneurial success as Lindsey Germono interviews business owners with military backgrounds on what works and what doesn't. Listen as they focus on the stories, both challenges and wins, that military entrepreneurs have faced in growing their businesses.
I'm excited. I'm so excited. This is I love this season. We're still in recording all of it, and I cannot wait to share it. Whole purpose of this season is to, really continue highlighting the military business owners, but also in a sense, right? And what I realized, and we were just talking a lot before we started recording about operating remotely, about being a business owner, and about all the things that entails. And one of the things that I think that hasn't really been figured out as much as how to, as owners, receive the feedback that we need. And we are just in our minds, in our brains a lot. We're processing so much information. So for those that are listening, Jessica came on in season 1. She also really helped me when I was first starting out, because I was like, employees and things. Because her agency is very similar to what we do. And she is a Powerhouse is the name of it. So, it makes sense. But Jessica is one of the women that I really relied on when I first started out. But Jessica, that's the format for today. For those that are listening and you haven't tuned in to season 1, I will go ahead and tag Jessica's episode. So Jessica, with that being said, what's new? How are things going?
Things are going well. I would say our biggest change, I'm trying to think when we last talked, our biggest change, we've switched years back at this point, but we're doing primarily retainer-based contract, which is different for us. So it's a virtual team, but it's retainer-based. That's been beautiful. And another area that we've grown into that we weren't doing when I chatted with you a while back is we're teaming up with nonprofits. It has just been a beautiful spot for us. And I'll tell you why. And because of your work that you've done with nonprofits, oftentimes they need so much support and love, but they can't afford it because you can't hire, a graphic designer, an IT specialist, like all of those types of people. And so they've learned that they can work with Powerhouse and you can pay the price of one person and get 5 bodies. And it's beautiful. We have grant writers and we can make their grant packages look beautiful. And it's stuff, I don't know why it took me so long to even think about jumping into that market. Do you ever have those moments?
Yeah, it's all the time, every day.
Yeah, right? And looking back, I'm like, why did we not jump earlier? Because not only is it something that we love doing, but it's also making an impact and just doing awesome things for nonprofits. So that's been probably our newest switch or change. So
I would say that that's a testament to being a business owner. I think you need to pivot and adapt and adjust and realize what's happening and what you're really good at.
Yeah, totally.
That's the other thing is some people go in business and they're, at first you're like, I need accounts, I need business, I need money. And then along the way, I think you do adapt. And so I congratulate you and celebrate you, because sometimes that's difficult because you're like, well, that's not how we started. Right.
Right.
Doing it
right. Yeah.
Nonprofits certainly need help. I reached out to Jessica and I asked her, hey, Jess, find a couple people that maybe you want to hear from, or maybe that, has seen you in your endeavors. And she has not read what I'm about to read. Jessica, I did glance over.
I'm nervous.
Don't be nervous. I did glance over just to make sure there's nothing inappropriate, but I wanted it to come across very authentic. And that's also why I wanted to record the video portion of this so that people can really hear that. So it's a warm and fuzzy. I'm going to send these to you. You print them out. You put them in your planner just when you're feeling those days. For those of us that are listening, you have those days. Sometimes you can have that low day and then the next day you have a high day.
Yeah.
Right. And it's like a roller coaster. So I think that what we need as business owners more is to hear the impact that we're having on others. And I'm sure if we extended this out, 500 people would come in and give me, really great things to say about you. But we have 20 minutes. So we have 20 20 minutes, and now we're doing the video piece to it too. So 20 minutes is good. Just you guys can hear about Jessica. This also helps because you can understand what kind of business owner she is. So that's the other element that I'm very excited about for this podcast, is to give those followers and people who are listening a better glimpse into not only the type of business that you operate and you've been successful at, but a lot of our decisions are relationship driven. And so now we get to hear how our guests are impacting others. So you ready?
I'm ready.
Format is I'm going to read it and then you might guess who it's from, but I'll tell you who it's from at the end.
Okay.
And I'm not reading them in any particular order than the first one that came in and then the second one and then the third.
Okay. Got it.
Okay. Hi, Lindsey. Hello. I know you're interested in talking about growth. Professionally, Jess has built her business exponentially over the past few years, and I've had the honor of being a part of her team at Powerhouse Planning. She's created free resources and content, signed on a number of new clients, expanded her service offerings, enlarged her team, and more. By every measure possible, she's rocking business growth. But if you were to ask Jess what makes a year successful, she wouldn't talk about any of those metrics. What makes Jess more than just an incredibly savvy businesswoman is that she genuinely wants others to grow and succeed. And she typed others in all caps, so I need to say that. Others. So the emphasis on that. She'd tell you with excitement how a nonprofit client is now able to fund more programming to help a vulnerable population, or how a business client is bringing in more work. She'd smile when she told you that she was able to increase the amount that Powerhouse donated to local communities this year. She'd share how excited she was able to be to provide employment opportunities to an ever-expanding number of highly skilled military-connected folks. I'm convinced that the reason why Jess is so successful in business is because she puts people first and foremost. That turns out to be good for business is a happy byproduct of who Jess is at her core, one of the most amazing human beings that I know.
Ugh.
You know who this is?
I'm going to go with Randy.
Randy.
Yeah.
Tell me about Randy. Have you known her for a long time?
She's been on our team for over 3 years, maybe even 4 years now. So yeah, she's been with us a while.
She's seen some changes then.
Yeah, and she actually, it's been fun because she started whenever she came up with the idea with me to start diving into nonprofits. Yeah. And so she's been along for that ride. So that's been awesome. She's seen that whole growth of that branch of the company.
Excellent. Are you ready for the next one?
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay.
I kept it together. Did you see that?
Yeah. No one's needed tissues yet. The only time that somebody's needed tissues is because one of my guests made me tear up. Like, she made me tear up. But that's not uncommon. Like, I own that. That I celebrate with you. I cry with you. I'm that way. So anyway, dear Lindsey, hello. I'm grateful for the opportunity to share with you my thoughts about Jessica and her professional endeavors over the years, and it is truly an honor to do so. I've been blessed to know Jess for a little over 3 years, and additionally blessed to be a Powerhouse team member for 3 years in February. I truly believe anyone who has Jess in their life knows what a gift she is. The best way I could think to attempt to articulate my thoughts was to create my list of the top 10 things I love about Jess.
That's hilarious.
So she just decided to do whatever she wants with this, and I love this. I love it. All right, number 1. Top 10 things I love about Jess. Number 1. She's hilarious in all capital letters and witty. Not one conversation goes by that we don't laugh our tails off. I think sometimes my family questions if I am really on a business call. Number 2, top things I love about Jess. She is one of the most authentic individuals I have ever had the honor to know. You never wonder if she means what she says. Number 3, the integrity she displays is one of the highest levels I have ever seen. Upholding the utmost integrity is something that drives every single decision she makes, and it is something that is both inspiring and admirable. Even when it's hard, even when the cost is great, even when no one else knows she is doing it, except her EA because I get to be in her brain, having the utmost integrity is always the chosen road. Number 4, she gives grace like no one I have ever met. Our team holds themselves to a high level of performance, yet we make mistakes at times because, yes, we're human. She never allows us to be ashamed or beat ourselves up about it because we made a mistake. She encourages us, focuses on what systems we can put in place to avoid it in the future, and we move on, period. And consistently, not when she's just having a good day. Number 5, passion for excellence. Along with that grace is still the expectation and push to excel and give our best. It's inspiring and motivating. Number 6, generosity. Have you seen our Share the Goodness program? And that's only the goodness she shares on social media. Her generosity, both with intangible things and with tangible things within the community and throughout our team. And what makes it even more special is how genuinely excited she always is about it. Number 7, discernment. Jess has the innate ability to instinctively understand the world around her and make quick and appropriate decisions and or determination regarding the way forward. Ability to mentor others. Yeah. Jess has a passion for helping others reach their full potential. She utilizes empowering words, actions, and her time to invest in others and often help them see things they don't even see in themselves. I love chatting with her about what she sees in others, and I'm grateful for the mentoring she has done with me. Number 9, crazy creative. So top 10 things I love about Jess. Number 9 is crazy creative. All you really have to do is take a look at our website and what we have produced. If you could sit in on a brainstorming session, well, I have just one word for you. Boom. Oh my gosh, this is really interesting. Who knew about this? That last one on top 10 things I love about Jess. She has mad singing and dancing skills. Now, I know we were talking about her entrepreneurial adventure, but who says you can't work and play?
I love it. That's awesome.
She closes with this. Just call me the number one Powerhouse / Jess Bertsch fan.
That's cute. Love it. That's a Jen.
Yeah, Jennifer Kirkpatrick.
That one's fun.
Easy for you because it ended up being, that was fun though. I wish everybody did it. Maybe moving forward, I'll say, send me a top 10 list, but beat that.
Yeah, right.
All right, last one. Considering I've known Jess since 2002, we met a few months before graduating from college, I am happy to share. Jessica is one of the best people I know. I would have never guessed on that March day in 2002 when I was sitting next to her in an airport after we both interviewed for a job post-college, getting ready to go our separate ways, that I'd now be writing you an email about how truly amazing she is, a friend, colleague, and sister. What I love most about Jess, y'all you can lead an organized crew, apparently. Number 1 bullet point. One of Jessica's best qualities is that she challenges you. Some of the people getting challenged, especially in the moment, might not appreciate it, but she always has your best interest in mind. The challenge makes you think, work harder, and push yourself into new opportunities. This is such a unique quality. Many people might say that they speak the truth, but when push comes to shove, it's a lot easier to brush things under the rug than to really speak your mind. Jessica is not that person. Whether you are a teammate, client, friend, or family member, Jessica gives it to you straight. I'll agree on that. Bullet number 2, with your organized friends. We have fun together, and when we work on a project, it feels like a true partnership. It's been like that since we traveled together as consultants for Alpha Omicron Pi, and now as I consult with her at Powerhouse. I'd like to think that we are forever each other's hype girls, cheering each other on through everything with a we can do attitude. True story, we convinced our professor in grad school to let us direct a play instead of take a final. We thought that was a great idea. Not so much. Piece of advice, take the final. It will be a lot easier.
That's awesome.
Number 3 bullet. At the end of the day, she believes in you, in her clients, in her family, and in her faith. Her belief does not discriminate. It does not waver. In turn, she surrounds herself with people who believe, too. Believe in Powerhouse, believe in the clients, believe in teamwork, believing in hard work, and yet having fun. But more importantly, believing in themselves. I can't wait to see what 2019 and beyond holds for Jess, Powerhouse, and her amazing clients. Just like a great American Idol audition, I'll always be there with a giant sign, screaming my lungs out and ready to sing back up when needed.
I love it.
Who is this?
Melissa, right?
I sense a lot of themes. I sense some, where's this so some acting, some dancing, some singing.
Yeah. I mean, I have to put my radio, TV, film degree to use in some way, right? I don't want my parents to think that was wasted.
Yeah, sorry, mine was. Well, not really. I don't know. It's now turned into podcasting, so.
You're using it. Come on now.
$20,000 a year. Jessica, I wanted to thank you to come on, and it's very a vulnerable invite because no one knows what I'm going to share about them.
Yeah.
But it is obvious that you make such an impression on folks. And like I said, when we started recording, it was something that you jumped in and helped me. And I cannot thank you enough for that. Sometimes the little impact that you make on somebody in year 1 absolutely carries over to year 5. So thank you for all that you do for us, all that you do for the people that follow you, and for me too, even just coming in and helping me when I needed it. Do you have anything you want to share with the listeners?
No, I just appreciate this opportunity. This is such a cool spin on it. I love that you did this. And no, it's been neat. And I've loved seeing you grow too. It has been so exciting to just see you guys grow. And like, right before we started recording, just, I can't keep track of all your awesomeness. Like you're all over the place and moving and shaking. And sometimes you're in California doing this and this. And I'm like, oh my gosh. But yeah, so congratulations to you. I'm just pumped to see you grow and your team grow. And it's been fun watching that as well.
Thank you. I shy at affection and, compliments. So thank you. If you were to do this with me, I would crawl underneath the rug and be like, but I think that, it's also very special for me because you are someone that I've reached out to a couple times and you're there. So I agree with everything that everybody said. Yes, Jess does that. So for those that are listening, please connect with her. Check out Powerhouse Planning. They are a wonderful company, but obviously even more importantly, they're operated by a phenomenal woman. So thank you, Jess.
Thank you.
I'll be sure to share this feedback with you. For those that are listening, please connect with her and then check her workout and all that she does.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Drop and Give Me 20, brought to you by Germono Advertising Company in Norfolk, Virginia. Please visit our podcast in iTunes, click on subscribe, and leave us a review. Your support goes a long way. When you subscribe and leave reviews, it helps the guests on our show as well. Jump in and let us know what you think. You can also follow all of our guests on the Drop and Give Me 20 Facebook page. We have Instagram and Twitter. Those handles are Give Me 20 Podcast. I'm your host, Lindsey Germono, and I appreciate you listening to the show.